I've got that delicious gluten-free vegan burger again, and I'm going to talk. I'm 13 weeks as of recording this, and I'm doing so much better. We had an ultrasound today. This one was to screen for any risk factors. They were checking baby's heart, checking baby's brain, measuring the thickness of the skull, also measuring just to make sure that baby is on track with their growth, and baby's doing amazing. All the measurements were really good. Baby was moving around so much. When we started the ultrasound, she said she was going to look at me first, look at like where the placenta is, look at my ovaries, look at my cervix. All of those are great, but baby was in such a good position that we started with baby. She's like, I don't like to waste an opportunity. The appointment was about half an hour, but it really didn't feel like half an hour. I've only had one other ultrasound so far this pregnancy, and I've listened to the baby's heartbeat on a Doppler at a midwife appointment once. So as she was doing a bunch of measurements, baby's got 2 arms, 2 legs, brain is looking healthy, heart is looking healthy. They started wiggling pretty much straight away and were moving around for most of the ultrasound until at one point they got really cozy laying on the placenta, which I just thought was so sweet. The lady doing it was so nice, and she was sort of like explaining to me as she went along of like, this is what this is, these measurements are good. Baby is measuring ahead. They're measuring 14 weeks rather than 13 weeks one day. When I had my first ultrasound, we thought I was a week ahead of what the ultrasound said I was anyway. We can't use my period to estimate the due date because I hadn't had a period for a couple of months before I actually got pregnant. So it wouldn't surprise me if my due date is a little bit off, but honestly it's not a big deal. Baby will come when they're ready. I want to talk about something a little bit vulnerable, and I think a lot of people that have experienced pregnancy after loss will understand, and that is struggling to bond. Feels like it's a little bit dramatic, but struggling to feel like this pregnancy is going to result in a live birth. I have struggled to feel like this pregnancy is real the entire time I've been pregnant. And I think part of that is because a lot of the first trimester is just waiting. You wait for a scan, you wait to hear the heartbeat, you wait for another scan, but you can't feel anything that's going on yet. Symptoms or a lack of miscarriage symptoms are the only signs you have that your baby's alive, pretty much. And so I've really struggled with feeling like I'm pregnant, even though I've been exhausted and I've been nauseous and I've had morning sickness, which is finally calming down. It still didn't feel real. Like, I have a due date, but it doesn't feel like I'm going to have a baby. Some people might not get this, and it's kind of a weird thing to talk about. So I got one of my friends to ask his mum. My friend was a rainbow baby. Did she ever have trouble bonding or feeling attached, specifically in the first trimester? Because it's kind of hard because it doesn't feel real, but it also feels like at any given moment you could lose them. And she was really, really sweet and said, yep, that's exactly how she felt. And she felt that, like, she knew she loved her baby.